Okay, today I have 6 little polymer clay hearts that I just try to do a little different finish on each one of them. And this is just the regular white Sculpey. Last time I went to my closest Michael's, which is like 70 miles away from here, and that's been a while. Since I broke my stupid leg back in March, I haven't been able to go very far, so. Leg and foot all on the right side. So, yeah, when you're my age, don't do that. It's not smart. Do that stuff when you're a kid. So anyway, I'm going to take these and I'm going to do a faux copper finish on these. So, just using paint. I don't have anything fancy. But I'm going to first put a coat of black, just plain black acrylic paint on those. So I'll do that and then I'll come back. So check this out. I just had to come back and show. This is something my husband knocked together for me. I drew a little sketch and told him, make me a little wooden frame, stick a piece of styrofoam on, and I just stick pins in it with my beads when I'm letting them dry. Super handy. He's a super handy kind of guy, I gotta admit. So, I'll paint the rest of these, get them dried, and then I'll come back and show you the next bit. Okay, I'm back. Now, usually when you do most faux painting techniques, when it comes to your color, you want three hues. You want your base hue, your highlight, and your shadow. In this instance, our black is going to be our shadow, so I've only got 2 colors. I've got a antique copper folk art, and then this is a folk art metallic solid bronze, which is actually like a really bright copper color. And I'm not going to use a paintbrush, I'm just going to use my finger. And you can put a little bit out on your mat or whatever you choose to do. I'm going to paint right out of the lid. I'm going to start with one that you can see the contrast in the texture. I'm going to start with my darker color. Then I'm just going to dab a little bit off on my baking parchment paper here. And then I'm just going to swipe against the grain, so to speak, with my finger, highlighting some of the... I hope y'all can see this. That's the only bad thing about putting your camera on the tripod, is then you don't get to see through the viewfinder. So you just hope. Just hope you're in frame. So, something like that. And of course, normally I would keep it on my pen because I don't have to touch it as much. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just start off wiping against the grain a little bit. The one-time one against the grain is a good thing. And then the top is a bit of a tricky matter. Alright. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing. You have so little paint on your finger that it dries so quickly you almost don't contaminate your 2 colors, but I wiped it off anyway. And I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighting some different areas. And now at this point you could really go any direction. Of course you could use any of your metallic colors, would be absolutely gorgeous. You get a little kind of Raku technique going on there. A lot of times when I'm doing my jewelry, at this point I let it dry just a little bit more, and while it's still not really tacky, but before it really gets good and hard, I'll take some Pearl X powder, rub it, buff it out just a little bit, and really bring out some of the shine. But that's basically it on the, if you're just wanting the just copper. Now I'm going to go on and do some faux patina on top of this, so I'll be back. I just wanted to come back real quick and just show you what they look like. Just the copper. Before the next layer I'm going to put on, I want the sealer on before, because I'm going to wipe some of the patina color off. And so I want the color to wipe off easily and to not penetrate this surface. So I'll put the sealer on there, and then I'll let it dry really good before I come back and show you the patina step. And again, it's just going to be paint. You can use all kinds of patinas that are out there on the market. I just don't happen to have any, so I'm going to just use a couple of different colors of acrylic paint. So I'll be back. Alright, here we go. I went ahead and finished all of them but one so that I could show you what they're going to look like before I start this last one right here. So I've got two Apple Barrel Laguna, which I use a lot of this. And this one is the Craft Smart, and it's called Blue Ocean. So I'm just going to spray a tiny little bit of water and give myself just a tiny drop of each one of these. And then I'm going to make kind of mixed puddle in the middle. And then it's pretty thin, but not drippy. And I'm just going to rub it on there. And then I have a dedicated, it's an old table napkin, you know, like from a restaurant. Actually, it's pretty harsh cloth. It's not it's not a real nice napkin. But I got a stack of them at a garage sale or something one day for a quarter. So, alright, and I'm gonna mostly wipe it off where you still got the good bits in the cracks, and then very lightly I'm gonna kind of buff this back out just a little bit. See that. And there may be some places where you have to go back and touch up your copper just a tiny bit, but if you're like me, you'll probably like that. So I like when it knocks some of the finish off just a little bit, the grungy look, so to speak. So there you go. I usually leave them just like that. You can go back and put a sealer on them if you want. It's acrylic paint, so once it's dry, it's pretty much plastic, just like the bead is. So, yeah, that's basically it. These are going to be some charms for a mini album that I'm fixing to send out as a gift. So, try them out. A little faux copper with some patina or beads. So, alright. See y'all later. Thanks y'all. Bye.